Hello everyone. So today we're going to go ahead and talk about a bit about exponential modeling um, in the aspect of doing a little bit of like finance. So in terms of money, right? So let me go ahead and begin by giving you guys this example. So let's say Joe wants to take out an auto loan for $20,000 from a bank and he's approved for a 5% interest rate. What would the total cost be after 4 years? So considering the interest and all that good stuff. So go ahead and pause the video and give it a try. So let me go ahead and hide this stuff right here. Alrighty. Now, hopefully you were able to at least see this in ACT, which according to Ms. Garcia, you were able to. So if you have some sort of loan or some sort of money that's either going to be invested or whatever the loan may be, you can go ahead and see that the interest rate for this guy was 5%. So we're going to go ahead and see how much that is in 4 years. So let's go ahead and find out how much it is in 1 year. So that's not that bad. Just how the same way you would find taxes, multiply by the percentage. So multiply by 5%. Keep in mind, in order to multiply, you have to convert that percentage into a decimal by moving the decimal two times to the left. So it's going to be 20,000 times 0.05, and we're going to go ahead and see with our handy dandy calculator that gave me 1,000. So in 1 year, this will obtain $1,000 of interest. Okay. However, we want to do this for 4 years. So if in 1 year it's $1,000, in 4 years it's going to be $4,000, right? Because 1 times 4 is 4. So I'm going to go ahead and find out the total cost is 20,000 plus 4,000. So according to this, the total money that Joe will finance for this car will be 24,000. Okay, just like, and fun fact, this is my dream car. Currently have the rally, but the goal is to have a scat pack, right? Okay. Looking at the week ahead, today is Monday. We're learning financial modeling using exponentials. Keep in mind, I already posted the review on your notebook along with the YouTube video. Tomorrow's our ACT exam. Please be here on time. Doors will close if you're not on time. We will have the doors open at 7:45, so please be here. Okay. Fun fact: 3.8 is due tomorrow, but hopefully you're able to do it over the weekend. On Wednesday, Unit 3 exam, we're going to go ahead and take it in class, and the review will be due. And Thursday, we will start on Chapter 4. And you will have a 4-day weekend because the teachers will be in a training. Super fun. It is. We talk about math. Well, in my training. So for me, I'll have fun. So today's objective, we're going to go ahead and find out how these exponential work with money. But keep in mind, exponential could also be worked with like disease spreading, increasing or decreasing, not just money, right? Or temperatures. Okay. Okay. Fun fact: grades will be due on Wednesday. All right. Okay. So simple interest. So simple interest, also sometimes referred to fixed interest. This is how it goes. You will obtain either a loan or an investment. That will be the number, your first, the initial amount of money that you will have. And this is a formula. R will represent your interest rate. And then again, in the real world, that depends on like your credit and whatever you get approved of by the bank. And then time in years, but you can also convert it to months if you would like. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video and write this down. Okay, compounded interest is another interest that you'll probably encounter. And this right here is talking about the same idea, the principle, the amount of money you will either take out as a loan or invest. Okay, R will be your interest rate. Again, it will depend on your credit in the real world, but in math problems, I'll give you the credit that we'll use. I'm sorry, the rate that we'll use. N, this one's a little bit trickier for some students, but I went ahead and wrote these out, the most common ones. Yearly means 1 time per year. Semi-annually, that's twice per year. So N is going to be equal to 2. quarterly is 4 times in 1 year, so that's going to be 4. Monthly, you can already assume monthly, how many months are there in a year? That's 12. Weekly, students tend to forget how many weeks there are in a year, but weekly is 52. And daily would be just how many days there are in a normal year, so 365. We're not counting leap years, right? And T is time in years. So go ahead and pause the video, write this down, and we will continue. Okay. The last one that you'll see, this one's not as common, but you might still encounter it. Compounded continuously. On this one is gonna go ahead and do pretty much the same thing, but now your interest is accumulating every time throughout the term, right? So the A will be the money after, right? P will be your initial, right? The principal. E, remember E is an irrational number, 2.71 something 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 something, just like pi that it continues. But your calculator already has that feature installed, so you just have to find the little symbol. Interest rate, that will be the exponent, and T will be the time in years. So go ahead and pause the video and write this down. Okay. There is 2 calculators that you need to be aware of. One is decimals.com/calculator, and the other one is decimals.com scientific. So either one of those works really great. So, also if they have an app, so if you want to go ahead and download the app, you can also do it. Okay. So let's go ahead and start with example number 1, and that is telling us that we want to invest 10,000 in a bank with a 5% return. How much money would you have at the end of 4 years? Okay, so when they didn't mention continuously, compounding continuously or compounded, this is gonna be a simple interest, also known as fixed interest. So this question right here. So what I want you to do is go ahead and pause the video and find out what is my P, what is my R, what is my T, and fill those in. So pause the video and fill those in. Okay. So for principal, that is a number of monies that you went ahead and started off with. So 10,000. Okay. My 1 is just 1. My R, according to this, is 5%, but I'm going to write it as my decimal, which is the same thing as saying 0.05, right? And the term was 4 years. Okay. So all I have to do now, guys, is I need to go ahead and substitute. So my A will be the number that I'm looking for because I want to know what happens with this monies after the years and the interest. So it's going to be $10,000. 1 plus my rate, which is 0.05, times my T, which is 4. Okay. So all I have to do now is substitute this into my calculator, and my handy dandy calculator tells me that this is $12,000. So in 4 years and 5%, my 10,000 became $12,000, which is pretty cool. Okay. So if you do have questions, please send me a Teams message, an email. I will gladly help you out. But all we did was substitute the information that we got into the equation, and we were able to use a calculator to find out our solution. Okay. For number 2, keep in mind I highlighted it for you, but this one has this keyword compounded monthly. This is the exact same question, but now our monies are being compounded monthly. So go ahead and pause the video and give this one a try. Okay, so from here, what we're gonna go ahead and do is find out what is my P, what is all of my values. So let's go ahead and begin. I have $10,000, right? So that's gonna still be my principal. Then I have a 5% return, which we just discovered is 0.5, right? As a decimal. Move the decimal 2 times to the left to convert it to a decimal. My term is still 4 years. However, it's compounded monthly, so n has to equal to 12. So by doing this, I can go ahead and see that, it's going to be A, it's going to equal to 10,000 times 1 plus my R, which is 0.05, divided by my N, which is 12. Okay, all of that is going to be raised to our n, which is 12, times my t, which is 4 years. So all of this was the exponent, or you can simplify it to be 48. It's up to you. But let's go ahead and put this into our handy dandy calculator. And I got that it was roughly 12K. Sorry, I got locked up. So it's going to be 12,208 with 95 cents, right? So notice how in my simple interest, in my last example, we saw that it was just 12K, right? I lost my marker. On the simple, it was just 12K. And notice how just by compounding our money monthly, we were able to get a couple more bucks, $208 more, which is pretty damn good for if we're investing this. Okay. How about compounding continuously? So keep in mind the same exact question, but now it's compounding continuously, meaning we're going to use the equation with the e. So go ahead and pause the video right here and give this one a try. So we can go ahead and see that mostly everything is the same. My rate was still 5%, right? It still goes right here. My 4 was the amount of years. So according to this, I got $10,000 and I'm going to invest. Then you're going to have 0.05 and then 4 years. Okay. So all I have to do now is substitute it into my equation. Keep in mind that r and the t are the exponents. So 10,000 e raised to the exponent of 0.05 times 4. Okay. And this roughly gives me, let me get my handy dandy calculator. This gave me 12,214 with 0.27 cents. So you might want to round that to 14.03. So keep in mind that this is an investment, so you might want to fight for that extra penny since it is your money working for you. Okay? Keep in mind if this would have been a loan, this would have been a different story. You would have probably been like, no, let me stay with the 0.02, you know. But that's the idea here, right? This could either work with you or against you. I know when you become a grown-up, or if you are grown up, when you watch this video, this right here, the APR, all of that depends on your credit, your job history, stuff like that. And then the term of years, that is also decided by you, and the amount of money you want to go ahead and take out or invest is completely up to you. So these are pretty neat in case you want to go ahead and see what what type of money you're actually going to get out of this. Okay, so this one is a reflection question. So which one would you like to invest your money in? So it all depends on how you're moving, the amount of terms, stuff like that. But mostly, you will go ahead and get the most bang for your buck if you compound this continuously, meaning the interest is generating interest on your investment. Keep in mind that it could work backwards. If you are in a loan situation, you want to make sure you are working with something that has either a fixed interest or a simple interest, because you want to pay off that as quickly as possible and not more interest of the interest rate, because that could be like a snowball effect and you could probably not get out of that as soon as you want to. Okay, so keep that in mind. What if this was an auto loan? Which type of interest would you prefer? So think about that. Well, simple interest would be your best bet, and most dealerships do offer or should offer a simple interest, because they want you to come back and pay that off or to get a new one. So it's the best benefit to give you a simple interest. But the other ones we will probably encounter, whether it is mortgage, startup company loan, or student loans, which we might have to get. But all of this is completely up to you, but it's nice to know the information that you can go ahead and see those final numbers before anything happens, right before you say anything. Okay, game plan for tomorrow, that's for class. So you are taking the ACT, you show up, right? 10:45. And if you are joining me for class, I won't be there. I'll be proctoring an exam, but Ms. Q and Mr. Garza will be here for you. Okay. I went ahead and made the review, and I'll go ahead and post the link somewhere here, right? But ideally, the review is posted. Please study for the exam on Wednesday, and the exit ticket. So if Tim is approved for a $40,000 loan at 4%, and the bank offers him these type of options, which one is for the best interest of Tim to do? Okay. So go ahead and pause the video and turn in the exit ticket either by Teams chat or the Teams assignment. Other than that, that's all that I have for you guys, and thank you guys. As always, it was a pleasure. Bye.